audio mullet. I'm Doug TeNapel. I'm the creator of Earthworm Jim, and I have two of my buddies on here with me today. I have high energy Mike Nelson.
I'm so high energy, man. I'm high today.
Creator of...
let me do the high energy version of me. Hey, Doug, how are you doing, man?
He's the creator of Golden Girls. And we also have the third...
Wait, what? Wait. Explain that joke.
It wasn't a joke. And the third member of the Trinity, the third leg on the stool, Ethan Nicole, writer for Babylon Bee, creator of Axe Cop and Bambergeddon.
Well, hello. Thank you. What an introduction.
Oh, yeah. It's high energy. You guys sound like you're on coke. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm ready for my nap.
When we talked about this, Doug, I said, look, can we schedule this for a little later? I said, I'm going out into the sunshine. I'm going to, kill the virus. And you said, I'm taking a nap. Now, did you take that nap?
I did. I took a nap.
And are you just up from that nap?
No. I watched Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, you're still doing it. Okay.
I watched Sunset Boulevard after the nap, had a beer. When I took my nap, I listened to Victor Davis Hanson on COVID being fake.
Fake news?
Yeah, fake news, which it is. Light flu.
Yeah. How much time? When did this happen? How much time in a day do you have? You watched Sunset Boulevard. You drank 17 bears. You watched 4 movies.
My whole damn day is like TARDIS. It's like way bigger on the inside than what you guys experience. I'm an octopus. I can do all kinds of stuff. Multitasking. I penciled 2 comic pages while I was watching Sunset Boulevard.
Defensively squirting ink everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's squids. Sorry.
Oh, that's eating squid.
Now, Ethan, your days are, you're wrangling children and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're still able to produce massive amounts of stuff. Like, how do you do this?
I feel really unproductive. The last few months or so, I feel really unproductive, to the point that I feel guilty. I feel sad about it. Oh. But I'm still producing, but it's almost everything I'm producing is mostly for work for Babylon Bee, and then I have this illustrating job. I'm doing a children's book for Henry Winkler that's taking up a lot of time.
Hey, hurry up and draw, Ethan. Hey.
You know what drives me nuts about that book?
Hang on. Was that John Wayne? Okay. Who was that?
Hey, see that chair over there? Sit on it and work.
No, Jimmy Stewart? Who is that?
I don't know. That joke jumped the shark.
I don't know if...
Sorry, Ethan, go ahead.
I don't know if this note is coming from the publisher or from Henry and his writing partner, but I constantly get these notes. And these are sketches. I'm not to the inked part yet on a lot of these drawings, but they're just... Every time they see a crowd of people... there's all these arrows pointing to them, and it says diversity, please. We want a variety. And then there's also notes on anybody who looks at all not like a young hip person is can we make them more cool looking? Can we make them hotter looking? Every single I can't even have a guy in the background a security guard.
Hey,
it's
Richie,
got a bit of a belly.
Richie, put some ear gauges and a man bun on him and make him black. Richie,
so
hey.
They don't want that kind of diversity of body type or anything. They want everybody to be hot and cool looking, but just different races. It drives me nuts.
Wow.
I'll try to work in some people that look kind of just normal people, and they get nixed every time. It's really weird.
That's amazing. Wow.
I suspect.
Do you think that this comes from? Does this come from one person, or do you think this is just this is a directive from the company down?
Yeah, it's
diverse, young, hot.
It's a big publisher, so I suspect it's them. It's the editor.
It's the whole damn world, first of all, but the publisher. Yeah. All of the education materials coming out of Scholastic for COVID, who publish at least 5 of my books, they're home crafts for your kids during shutdown. All of the fonts are all done in rainbow. All of them are rainbow font.
Wow.
It's a business now. It's just formalized.
Oh, man. Guys, we haven't even explained what this show is and who we are. Well, no, we introduced everyone. I guess I haven't introduced myself. Doug, take a lap over. No, he didn't introduce me. Nobody knows who I am.
I did. Mike Nelson, creator of Rift Tracks. No, works on Rift Tracks. Didn't I say Mike Nelson?
No, I don't think you did.
Michael J. Nelson, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. It's too late.
No, you need it. No.
It's ruined.
He's shriveling over there.
Ruined.
People don't know who you are. You haven't been on the show in so long.
You introduced him as the creator of Golden Girls.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what he's most known for.
And then you said, and then when I asked you to explain the joke, you said, no, it wasn't a joke. And so there are people out there going like, the creator of Golden Girls?
IMDbing it. That's what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to.
You are a trickster, sir.
Mike, just because you're ashamed of old ladies in your work back then, look, it paid the bills. Got your start.
That B. Arthur was easy on the eyes.
She was hot. B. Arthur.
That was good stuff.
And Estelle Getty. Was that
Doug, let's open the show by you taking a lap over Bigfoot Bill. Tell everyone what's going on with that.
Big victory lap. Yesterday, we hit $225,000 on our last day. We raised $41,000 in one day. Bigfoot Bill 2 on Indiegogo. And I'm always slumming for readers because I put out great work. So I get to be a professional comic book artist for a little bit longer.
How is that slumming, though, if you're putting out great work? What are you talking about, slumming? You're doing your job. You're working. You're getting paid.
Because I always wanted to create a sitcom for the elderly. It was kind of my dream, like you.
Well,
like
my
you
friend,
did. You crossed that off so long ago.
Talk to me. Yeah.
I don't think I've even seen an episode of the Golden Girls, so I can't add to this at all. Not that I ever add much to the.
I will say this. I know this one thing about the Golden Girls is that I know two things about the Golden Girls. Yes, it was old ladies. The other thing was that it was a bunch of writers who went on to do it was like a breeding ground for really good writers.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, the guy who did Arrested Development, whose name I forget. I'm sorry. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. The guy who did just a bunch of people. Look it up. There's a whole bunch of writers. So, and it was funny. I mean, if you watch them, Ethan, you would watch it and go, I don't ever want to see this again. But, it was a solid sitcom with good jokes, with kind of old vaudeville type delivery.
It was always brought to you by Depends and Vagisil, which I thought was.
Doug.
I'm going, man. I didn't know what that was.
I know I saw episodes as a kid, but I barely remember. Just it's a vivid, or not vivid, the opposite of vivid, kind of ghost image in my head.
I got it mixed up with Designing Women.
Why are we talking about Golden Girls?
Yeah, we really should stop
on this episode.
I just want to ask you this question though, since you brought it up. Which is a worse name, Vagisil, which is easily one of the worst names in all of history, or Anusol, which is the solvent for your anus? Which is worse?
I'll go with Anusol.
I don't know, Vagisil for me. It has more of the word pronounced the way that you say it anyway, Vagia.
Oh, that is
actually,
true.
Actually, no, Vagi. It'd be if it was Vagisil. Yeah, it doesn't make
Vagisil. It doesn't. But doesn't Depend sound like you're just like white clutching, looking for a hero. I'm depending on you, please. Depends. So it should be called Help Me.
Oh, I just put my Anusol on, and now my Depends. I'm depending on you.
Depending on you. To not make my pants two colors right now.
All right. Look, we should probably, Ethan was probably right about 3 minutes ago that we should stop immediately on this.
Well, now that we got introductions.
Part of the Golden Girls discussion.
Now that we got introductions and telling people what the show is out of the way.
That's right.
Well, we talked ahead of time. Well, at least me and Mike were so sick of talking about the COVID-19 stuff.
I'm not. I can talk about it all day.
We just wanted to make the stupidest episode ever.
And we are we're well
on our way.
Wait, how can you make something stupider than talking about COVID? That's the conundrum.
Well, here's what we can do. We can let Doug talk about it. And then I think this is a good policy. It's then that Ethan and I can go, like Doug is a ventriloquist dummy where you go, he'll just say anything like, hey, lady, why is your forehead so hairy? And we're like, Doug, please, come on. Don't say that to the nice lady. So, Doug, go ahead. Tell us your ventriloquist dummy COVID-19
I'm not the
stuff.
Dummy. You're the genius dummy.
real quick.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what happened last week because so me and Doug.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah.
Me and Doug did an episode.
We did.
Mike was in the woods or something. I'm not sure what you were doing. And Doug was, of course, ranting about and raving about the COVID-19 situation, just unhinged as he does. That's what this show is for, you know. So I'm running out of time. The time that my wife had agreed upon was like run out, and I'm trying to quickly upload the episode online and get back into the family. Well, the service that we use to post the Babylon Bee podcast is the same service. It's 2 different sign-ins. And I rarely sign into the Babylon Bee one anymore, but I for some reason had been signed into it. So rather than posting the episode to our 1,000 or so subscribers, I posted it to the Babylon Bee that gets about 16.
Yes!
It gets about 16,000
Yes!
at the beginning, and then it gets to about 30 in a month. So it's insane. And so all these people got the last episode of Audio Mullet uploaded to them.
And what did they say? They loved it.
We actually only got a couple emails. I mean, I quickly, once I realized it was up there, deleted it. So anybody who didn't
holy
have it,
crap.
yeah. Like, this is way off brand for you guys. Like, this Doug guy is a horrible representative. Adam Ford is got to be horrified or whatever. Anyway, so that was bad.
Wow.
That was like accidentally posting a nude selfie for Ethan level of embarrassment.
And then our connection was so bad. A bunch of the show was like really off sync, even though I'd synced it up at the beginning and end. In the middle, it was going off. So it was it could have got us listeners if it was a good episode, but it was like a mess. People were just very confused.
I'm glad you brought me on for this after you ruined the show. That's great. Yeah.
So
That's me. I'm a chaos agent. I'm here to destroy not only my career, but everyone else's.
Well done, Doug.
It's a gift.
So look, do you have any specific rants about COVID, Doug?
Other than I have cancer. Effing cancer. So they delay me by, I can't get tested till June 2nd, right? Then I blew out my shoulder this week trying to do pull-ups, 2 pull-ups, and I ground out my rotator cuff. So I call the orthopedic, I go to the Bluffness to Naples and go, I got to call an orthopedic guy. And she goes, oh, they'll be closed. And then she checks the website. She goes, no, they're open. So I call them up. This is with all the only essential services are available, right? I go, when can you get me in? They go, oh, we'll take you in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So I can't get my cancer taken off my face, which is deadly. But the next day I can go into an orthopedic surgeon and get a shot of cortisone on my shoulder.
I think you got to work this into like more of a Seinfeld joke. So I go in. Now I can't get the cancer out of my lymph nodes. But I can go get my shoulder taken care of.
It's
What's
coursing
going on?
through my body like incompetence through America.
This is like going into a car place and saying, hey, can I take this off the lot? No, you got to wait. You got to wait.
This is like getting AIDS, but better.
Thank you for spiking that ball.
Something like, we're not going to change your tire, but sure, we'll fix that paint job.
Yeah.
Sorry, that didn't help.
That's much better. It's much better than my AIDS joke, Ethan.
Do it in a Seinfeld rhythm.
You got to do it in a Seinfeld rhythm.
Ethan, can you hit a Seinfeld rhythm? I'd love to hear that. I would pay any money.
Wait, do it again?
Here we go.
He's like, oh, yeah. I can't believe it. I can't do it.
Hey, that's pretty good. I feel like I'm in your car and you're fake laughing at Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, I can't think.
Well, no, just the same line. You said it's like going into a car. I'm just going to do it in a flat voice so that you can then up it. It's like going into the car lot and they won't take care of your engine, but they'll give you a paint job. Okay, now do it in a Seinfeld voice.
It's like going to a car lot. Going like halfway to Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald would be like, he's
like Bob Dylan. He's like Bob Dylan talking.
Bring my car into there's a crack whores, you know?
The gays.
The problem is there's crack whores in my trunk.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So, Doug, when does, getting back to the fact that you have cancer and you also have a blown shoulder.
Yeah.
And we're cackling like idiot.
Yeah, it is very funny.
You just call it face cancer, though. It's better. That's more of a
face cancer coursing through it is very funny. It's effing funniest thing I ever heard.
We're like an episode of Jackass where some guy jumps into a ceiling fan and it almost dismembers him. And then everyone goes
just laughing. Yeah. They're rolling on the ground in pain, laughing.
The little person or the fat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So give us the true update and we won't laugh.
So the true update is June 2nd. I did still push back. I have to call them on May 11th to see if they'll move it up, to give me an extra 2 weeks of life. I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know. So I'm trying not to freak out about it because I don't know. And even if I do find out, I'm not going to freak out because I just think, you got to be cool.
You had a good run.
You got to be cool about it.
Yeah.
But it is purely over fake trivia, socialist, new age, climate change level,
flat earth.
Light flu by a bunch of hemophiliac, just super sensitive.
Wait, is hemophiliac a slur in your world? I've never heard that as a slur.
Are you a hemophiliacophobe? Let's not.
I don't think so.
Let's not get into vocabulary. But it just seems so. Everything's so arbitrary. It's so stupid. What they're choosing to shut down or not shut down, none of it makes sense, and none of it's helping.
I would agree that it is the arbitrariness of it is infuriating and oftentimes life and death for people. And that's the thing I didn't want to get into is because I've said my piece on that before that I just think that.
But there's plenty of hospital beds. And so it's all fake, whatever they're doing to keep you from taking up hospital beds. So they're murdering me on purpose. Because they hate cartoonists.
I would say this. If, of all the people on earth that the government would murder, you have to be on the top of the list.
I am definitely on the top. I'm the biggest danger to them. And if my ideas ever got out, they're lucky I'm such a terrible presenter. I'm such a terrible conduit for ideas. If I had any level of charisma at all.
You have to say as you walk, if you were walking to the guillotine and they were going like, Doug, you're number one. And then behind you, like Robespierre is, setting up the other people. You would go like, fair enough. That's right.
Fair enough. I have it coming. I'd put me out too. This is maintenance. This is just doing preventive maintenance.
Oh, this is supposed to be our dumbest episode, not our grimmest episode.
I'm trying to lay down some dumb. This seems. Are you saying I'm not ringing the bell on the dumb?
No. I feel like we're talking about very serious things with you. I'm the only one doing my job on the dumb thing.
You guys sound way too reasonable.
No, that's the thing is like, if you're okay with us, mocking you for, about to be, dying of cancer, which is
also dumb. Mike, throw down some dumb right now. Let me see you go hit the level 10 with your dumb right now.
All right. I have an idea for it. I cast this out to you guys already. This is going to be so dumb that there's no way anybody's going to be listening at the end of it. And yet I insist we do it. Everybody has a karaoke song. Mm-hmm. Doug, what is yours?
Mine will be Whitney Houston's, I Believe the Children Are the Future, that song.
Okay. And do you have it in front of you? Do you need time to prepare it?
I mean, I can't. Do I have to sing the whole thing?
No.
Okay, I can sing. I'll do a few bars of it.
Okay, are you ready right now?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Do you need any musical? Not real musical, but do you need us to hum anything, or are you just ready to go?
I can do it a cappella.
Okay, a cappella. I Believe the Children Are the Future.
I don't need you guys to completely fail and embarrass myself. I can do that all by myself.
I believe that to be 100% true. This is cancer-ridden Doug singing I Believe the Children Are the Future, covering Whitney Houston, who died of a drug overdose. I don't think we can get
That's
any dumber than that. Here we go. Go ahead, Doug. Countdown.
I believe 4. The children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of love to make it easier. Let the children's laughter.
Are your fists together? Do it. Full commitment.
This is like a Disney teen Ariel song. Let the children's laughter take over everything, 'cause COVID is a fraud.
All right.
I'm not sure I got the lyrics right at the start, but I think I nailed it at the end.
No, I think you nailed it at the end for sure. That was what it was. I'm afraid, Ethan, the arrow points to you. What do you got for us?
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, I got a little classic by Deanna Carter.
Oh, I don't know. Who's Deanna Carter?
She's a country singer from the 90s, and she sang a famous song called Did I Shave My Legs for This?
Oh, yes.
Just like Nell Carter. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, is she part of the Carter family? I don't know.
Yeah, Jimmy and Billy.
You know, every Carter you've named, Doug, Ethan is too young to know who the hell you're talking about. So, Ethan, take it away.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
Flowers and wine is what I thought I would find when I came home from working tonight. Well, now here I stand over this frying pan, and you want a cold one again. I bought these high heels, did my nails, had my hair done just right. I thought this new dress was a sure bet for romance tonight. Well, it's perfectly clear between the TV and beer, I won't get so much as a kiss. And as I head for the door, I turn around to be sure. Did I shave my legs for this?
Wow. See, I knew it would be good because he's an actual vocalist.
Oh, he can actually sing. He's a lead singer in a band.
He can actually sing. I know that. That's why I wanted to do this. That's
awesome.
A
great song. Did you have that memorized? Was that in your...
No, I looked at my phone, but I did used to have it memorized.
It's a good song.
So funny. I used to sing while I was washing dishes, and we had to listen to the country station the whole time, and I hated it, but now I love country music. And
I never heard that song, so I have to go listen to it now and put it in my repertoire.
It's classic.
Of things I can sing when I do the dishes.
I was that, or I wanted to do You Never Call Me by My Name by David Allan Coe. You know that one?
Never heard. Oh.
I don't know that one.
So good.
Can we have a follow-up for that?
Oh, gosh. Let me get the lyrics.
Okay. 2 for 1.
There's some really fun. I should skip to the funny. There's a really funny
always skip to the funny.
Skip to the funny one.
Go straight to
verse.
it. Which, if it's a Ray Stevens song, you're going to skip straight to the end.
Because it's clearly a second verse. Oh, yeah. So he's talking. Well, I got to get the tune, though. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I want to blank you like an animal.
That I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain. But you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even called me by my name.
There's too many syllables in that.
Okay, so then the verse, okay. So later he goes, well, a friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song, and he told me it was the perfect country and western song. I wrote him back a letter, and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because he hadn't said anything at all about mama or trains or trucks or prison or getting drunk.
I remember.
Well, he sat down and he wrote another verse to this song, and he sent it to me, and after reading it, I realized that my friend had written the perfect country and western song, and I felt obliged to include it on this album. The last verse goes like this right here. Then he starts singing again. Well, I was drunk the day my mama got out of prison, and I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damned old train. There it is. The chorus is the best part, but you got to really belt it out, and my son's taking a nap, so.
I love it. Dang it! One of us can actually sing. That's
Did
disappointing.
that ruin it? I'm not that good.
No.
No,
It's
it
good.
legitimizes.
Singing in my bed.
You're the tent pole. Mike, what do you got?
Well, I'll throw down what I would do when my kids were, you always like, dad jokes and dad singing. I was doing that because we're dads. We have to do it.
Gotcha.
And so I would sing when the kids were really little. I would sing They Call the Wind Mariah, because we'd be driving around in a minivan, and the sound of my sonorous voice, which is annoying as hell, would just bounce around the minivan and hit them in the ears, and they'd go, "Dad!" And whatever they were looking at, whatever book they were reading, because we didn't give them pads in that day, they would stop and go, "Stop it, Dad!" And so I'll do a verse of the way that I would sing They Call the Wind Mariah to my children. And I have to back the mic off.
Good song.
I have to back the mic off so hard because it's so bad.
Okay,
Right,
go.
Are you ready?
Blow it out.
Away out here, they've got a name for wind and rain and fire. The rain is Tess, the fire's Joe, and they call the wind Mariah. And they call the wind Mariah.
Carrie.
And my kids would be screaming for mercy, obviously screaming for mercy. But that's a good dad trick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I also didn't know what it meant. They're like, "What is that? Why are you singing that?"
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, I don't really know what it is either. I don't really know, but it's enough
That's another
to annoy
song
you.
about names, like what's the one about the horse's name?
Ed.
Wildfire.
Mr. Ed.
Never seen.
And calling wildfire.
Yeah, that one. Where they sing about
The other
name.
song that I would annoy my kids with was, do you remember the Scorpions? Obviously, you won't. I mean, Ethan, you won't remember them. You might have heard
like
them.
a hurricane, right?
But that echoes around a minivan very well as well. And so I'll give you a little bit of that.
Okay,
You ready?
go.
Okay, hang on. I got to move the microphone away again. There's no one like you. I can't wait for the night with you. I imagine the things we do. I just want to be loved by you.
Well, vibrato.
Thank you. They absolutely loathe
What
that.
a great
Just
song, The
scream.
Scorpions.
Yeah. So I think we're making good use of this podcast,
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Hey, can anybody do a good Aaron Neville?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah,
I bet
go.
you can do a good Aaron
I
Neville.
don't know why.
Grow the
All right,
birthmark.
can't
Hold
wait.
on.
I don't know much. But I know I love you. That's all I got. I like trying to do different songs in the Aaron Neville voice. You get warmed up, I get a little better. You got to really control your breath.
Yeah, you got to work into it.
Yeah.
It's like isn't there the Bee Gees song of I can think of younger days when living for my life was all a man could ever do.
Nobody can tell what love anymore. Yeah, it sounds like they're potting it down, like they're fading.
Yeah, like someone's messing with the volume knob. Yeah.
I always wondered as a kid, why are the Bee Gees? And this was an honest question from a sincere, 11-year-old. Why are the Bee Gees singing like women who are being tortured to death? I honestly didn't understand.
So weird.
We know how to do it. And then in the middle of it, they go, what's happening?
Sounds like
What's
a cat.
wrong?
I've got
those old 50s songs, like I Wonder Why. That one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that, what's his face? The Frankie Valli, that one?
Is it?
Yeah, that was his stock and trade.
He was
the
good.
falsetto.
I love that stuff, though.
Yeah.
But why?
But yeah,
why would
what made them get to that? Yeah. Yeah. Walk like a man.
I've got an old Willie Nelson one called "Sad Songs and Waltzes."
Oh, I love that. It's from Cake.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, Cake covered it, but it was one of Willie Nelson's early ones. It goes, I'm writing a song all about you, a true song as real as my tears. But you've no need to fear it, 'cause no one will hear it. Sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. It's a good thing that I'm not a star. You don't know how lucky you are. Though my record may say it, no one will play it. 'Cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year.
Good one. I like that song.
That's my favorite country song of all time.
Really? There's no more favorite country song than that.
What about that Johnny Berry song about sitting on the toilet?
I really like Johnny Berry a lot. But
wait, I don't know the song. Explain.
This is a very unknown.
He's a super obscure country guy out of Louisville, Kentucky. And Ethan and I would play his music just all the time because he was like had a tiny record he'd spin. I found that he was an indie guy, and I would order his CDs all the way back in LA. And I just think he's a great kind of a rockin' country guy, but he'd do a lot of just hardcore bluegrass. And
yeah, those great little songs that had a little story to them.
Great storyteller.
I can't remember that one. He's sitting in the bathroom. He's in a stall in a public bathroom or something.
Oh yeah, that was
the Liars Hall of Shame.
The Liars Hall of Shame.
Hall of Fame, I think it was.
Let me. I gotta find that. That is one of the best lyrics I've ever heard. And just a classic country song.
And it's about him sitting in the bathroom.
Well,
he's been dumped, right? I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah,
he's been dumped, or he's
dumping. He's taking a dump, and he's been dumped. I think.
Okay, all right, that's good stuff.
That's probably as I listen to Spotify now, and he's not on there, so I've lost more
he's so
stuff.
small that you can't even find him.
But my band's on Spotify. You should be able to hear him. Come on, it's not that hard to get on there.
I will tell you while you're looking that up, Doug.
Theorist, so maybe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right. That's why he's been wiped clean. I'll tell you a quick story about my bathroom song that the kids, when they were really little, Bridget was hauling them around, and apparently they heard a Bronski Beat song, and this was, I think, one of their biggest songs in the 80s, and it just goes like this. Mirror in the bathroom.
Oh, I love that one.
You're my mirror in the bathroom.
Mirror in the bathroom, please don't speak.
And the kids came in there, they're like, Dad, we heard this song with Mom, and it was just mirror in the bathroom.
The door is locked,
around
just
the room,
you and me. Can I take you to a restaurant that's got nice tables? We can watch yourself while you are eating.
There you go.
Right?
But they were just like, what is that? Why would anyone do that? I was like, kids, it was the 80s. We were all doing weird crap.
That's not public beat. What were they called?
Bronski Beat. I said it at the beginning. Come on, pay attention.
Mirror in the... No, but another one did a cover of it, I think.
Oh, really? No, I think that was a pretty big Bronski Beat song.
Mirror in the...
Another band with Beat in it?
And they did Tears of a Clown. They did a cover of the Smokey Robinson song.
Wait, you're supposed to be looking up something else. You can't be, we don't have time.
Freaking Liars Hall of Fame, the greatest lyrics of all. Oh, there it is. Except for that one, the one I just found.
This makes for great radio, so please hurry up as soon as you can.
It's nothing. It doesn't have the lyrics up here.
Yeah.
Because in the Liars Hall of Fame, there's a picture of you beside a list of all the things that you said that weren't true.
Oh, yeah. He left her, got his heart broken by this lion woman.
Yeah.
And at the end, he sees that all these other guys who fell for her, like their names are up on the...
Yeah, you find out throughout the song that he's singing it from a bathroom stall, and he's finding her name all over the bathroom wall.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because of all the men that she'd been with.
At the beginning, it sounded like he's like in this Hall of Fame, like it's like a big white hall with...
Made of the marble that he's talking about, the Marble Hall of Fame.
And so I think it'd be a great song if there were kids in the other stall throwing wet pieces of toilet paper up over the stall wall at him.
Yeah.
And he had to deal with that.
Papa band.
You guys have any good stories of like having a neighboring person in the other stall? Since this is a dumb episode.
I will tell.
This is going to go south real quick. Can it involve blood?
Before we get to that horror, this has to be my public mea culpa to Doug. Apparently I was listening to a Bronski Beat song and then the English beat came on and I confused them in my head.
Okay, it was English
Mirror
beat.
in the Bathroom is
real?
the English beat.
There you go.
So for the love of God, forgive me, everyone. I know you were screaming at your
Well, you got the beat.
podcast.
You got the beat part right. So that's to
I
be,
know,
to
but
be
that doesn't
commendable for a
excuse me for-
classical
I
music
know.
snob like you.
But I get credit for apologizing at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, you snoped yourself.
thank you.
Good job.
My father once told me that he, and look, this is my late father, beloved father,
Good
told
man.
me that once he was in a bathroom at a upscale mall waiting for my mother, my stepmother, who is still around, and he had to go in. He had some distress. I don't want to get too graphic. But
That just got funny.
Euphemisms are the
Distressed is
best.
a great word.
there was distress,
Under
and he
pressure.
had to find a stall. Doom, 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 doom.
In the long run.
People in the stalls.
People in the stalls.
So he was a person in the stall, and there were noises coming out of it. And two teens on either side of him started wadding up wet towels and throwing them at his head over the tops of the stall.
Gosh.
What?
Wow.
He was powerless to do anything because he was,
Oh, because they had him down.
and it was like,
is
keep
the-
going, old man.
That is the best story. That's the best story ever.
And my dad was mostly amused by it because he's like, yeah, they didn't hit me much. It was, and I got to hand it to them. They did have me under the wire.
They had me. I wasn't going to go anywhere.
That's right.
Intestinal distress.
All right. Yours to keep it dumb. Keep it dumb.
Dumb. Have I told my Disneyland when I got sick of Disneyland story on here? I don't think I have.
That's already good.
Oh my God. I'm so happy already.
So I've been
keep
waiting
going.
to go to Disneyland since childhood. We went when I was too young to hardly remember. And my mom kept saying, we'll go. We just got to save money up. And finally, when I was like 21, we went. And so I was waiting in line for one of the Futureland rides in those long lines. And I started feeling real sick. And I realized that, everybody kind of had cleared out that around me. There's in the giant line, they'd given me space. They heard me talking to my mom and looking purple. So I went running to find a bathroom, and the bathroom was
I love it already.
super crowded.
Yeah.
Just so I'm waiting and
Amen,
waiting
brother.
for a stall to open. And then I get into the stall and I sit down.
Can I have a witness right here?
Yeah.
Amen.
So
You
I
go.
sit down.
You go.
I sit down and I'm trying so hard.
He's trying, people.
And the guy next to me goes in and he takes the most passionate crap I've ever heard. Like he's moaning.
that mean?
He's like,
Oh, no.
he's audibly, and I there's like 20 people waiting to get in and I'm just sitting there. Nothing will come out. I either need to throw up or something has to come out of me and it will not come out of me. And next to me is a guy going like, oh, and you can hear like little plunks. And
I wish
squirts.
everyone was as relieved
It was like
as
something off
me.
a movie. It was just like, and I never thought I'd hear that. And then I never thought I'd hear it enviously, like longingly.
Oh, that guy's a hero, man.
And nothing came out that night or after we just went back to the hotel. I passed out and then I woke up and I vomited into the trash can so hard that the blood vessels of my eyes burst. My eyes were like, my eyes were full of like blood for the rest of the trip.
What in the hell was wrong?
You did a full Biden.
Like, those world records people that can pop their eyeballs out, like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
Eyeballs pop out like mad, like an 80s monster truck art or whatever.
Yeah, like Schwarzenegger in Total Recall.
Yeah,
on
Total
Mars.
Recall, exactly. I felt my eyes do that. I was vomiting. I felt my eyelids peel back. It was insane, and I looked like Satan when it was over.
What do you attribute this illness to? What the heck was this?
Our best guess was we got these sandwiches from Shady gas station, like those deli sandwiches that are.
It was called Shady's gas station.
Yeah, like they've always been sitting in the refrigeration bin. You don't know how long, and it was really big and a little bit raw, and it was like really thick roast beef, but it was like really raw and like I don't know. Might have been that.
You come into my gas station, I give you a really big raw sandwich.
I think we got it in Weed, Oregon.
It'll be cheap.
Or California.
100% beef.
California.
100% beef right now. 100%.
That is insane.
Even bread. 100% beef.
Yeah.
So discount sandwiches obviously was the cause of your distress.
Yeah, but nobody else got sick. So I don't know. I guess it was the one sandwich I got was bad.
Wow.
Intensely bad.
That's amazing. Your story of that with the guy like having a passionate, wreck in the can, as I like to say, it reminds me of, there was a kid when one of my sons was little, he had a kid come over and he would eat that way. So I'd make him macaroni and cheese and like, all right, go out in the yard and, after you eat this, and the kid he'd hover down over the mac and cheese, scoop it into his mouth, and he would go like, God.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And I would have to leave the room. I go, all right, well, good luck, guys. Hope you don't choke to death on what you're eating. You
Our roommate
dumb
Phil
kids.
kind of did that, Ethan, right? He was a loud
No way.
Yeah. Phil, he was a loud eater. He's
audible. I don't know.
But did he do passionate noises?
No.
I know people who lip smack.
And the smacking, yeah.
There's a little audible in there somewhere.
Oh, I can't stand that. The smacking is like, you should be able to punch someone who smacks while they eat, but the moaning while they eat, you should be able to hang them, I think. Yeah, pretty sure, right?
My mom had a friend who was an old black lady named Dolores, and she would, when she'd come over to eat, the entire time she was eating, she'd be like, Diane, this is so good, Diane. It's so good, Diane. Just every bite, back and forth, shaking her head back and forth like into a rhythm, We just watch her.
Wow. I think that's better than just
total compliment. She wasn't
dispassionate moaning of like bending over your food and going,
Yeah, actually, I got in trouble today. Me and my wife this is actually good because it's a dumb argument, and it's actually a thing that I really love about my wife. She's super frugal. So she works at a hospital, and sometimes there's leftover food in the cafeteria area, things like that, like food that nobody's going to eat. And they're these like meals that are kind of already packed. They're like the roast beef sandwich that I talked about at the gas station.
The underdone gas station roast beef sandwich. Yeah, we all know. Yep.
And I grew up on low income housing food. Like, the church would bring us food because my mom was that poor that, boxes of food and canned foods. And the reason we were eating the bad meal we were eating is because we were too poor. We had to eat that. It was free, Jess is very excited when she brings home something that she got for free. I know the moment she brings it in that I'm going to have to eat some of that, whatever it is. She's so excited about it. So she got some kind of chicken tikka masala thing with chickpeas in it, no meat. And, it's a dish that I wouldn't be excited about if I was at an Indian gourmet restaurant. Like, I don't like chickpeas. I'm not that big of a fan of Indian food.
No.
But
also you call it chicken without chicken, right?
No chicken.
Curry chicken is good. Is that Indian?
Chickpea tikka masala. So like chicken throws you off because you see chicken. You don't. You think chicken. Anyway, so I was doing my best, and she was asking me how it was, and because I was eating one, I felt like I was trying to do a good thing for her, and she felt like I should be saying, you got free food. Like I did a good thing for us, and all I could say was like, it's fine. I couldn't say it was good. And she's like, you can't just say it's good. I'm like, good means to me, like, I would voluntarily eat this again. I'd order this off the menu again. Like, it's fine.
Honey, it's the best thing I've ever had.
It's edible. I don't know. Like,
I've never had better cooking than
we had to stop. We had to stop because she was offended by that. And I couldn't bring myself to say that it was good.
This one's over before we go to a divorce over free chickpea.
I don't know. I find that stuff hilarious, but I also don't know why if I'm stubborn or it's when you clash on your stubbornnesses. That's usually some of the dumbest arguing.
Especially when they hinge on something so unimportant.
Dumb,
like,
yeah.
It's funny how silly.
Free chickpea masala.
Yes.
But you were in the heat of it, man. You saw your
free
life.
thing you've ever had.
You saw your life flash before your eyes right there in that argument, going like, "Oh, how am I gonna?" Oh.
No, I couldn't. I thought I was doing good. I was eating it. I'd put a bunch of hot sauce on it and put some chicken into it to make it better.
Not good enough. That wasn't good enough, Ethan.
It's like, yeah, it's fine. And I couldn't. And that was. Yeah.
There are those moments where you can't disengage. There was one recently where I realized that the middle of a conversation where I should be paying complete attention, and my eyes obviously strayed to the TV behind me.
Oh, yeah.
And I did like the, and then she left the room and was like, okay, all right, I guess this is not important. Like,
oh,
damn it. Oh, man, I blew that.
Here, if you're going to treat me like a wall, here's 4 walls for you to keep your company with. Goodbye.
Yeah. I should have known, like, is there a moment? But sometimes there are those moments where you don't know, like, is this a thing? You're coming in, you stepped in front of me, you're talking to me. Is this a turn off the TV moment?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not quite a clear delineation. And so then if my eyes sneak back towards the TV where I'm watching things,
my problem is if the Bluff Miss Naples is talking about any person, she'll use their name and I don't know who they are. So I have to sit there and act like I know what she's talking about, or say the worst thing that you can ask, which is, who? Who's that? And I'm like, make some connective tissue for me. And she's like, Doug, they are, your best friend since childhood, the best man in your wedding, right. The person in the room right over there on the couch. I'm like, who?
Oh, I get that constantly. I had that the other day where it was like, she'll say the name of I only know the first names of the people. And then sometimes I don't know their relationship to one another.
Yeah.
Like, I just see them. I don't know. That's the Dave guy.
And the wives, they have like
Lisa,
a full flow chart and a Venn diagram of everyone on the entire planet.
And they're like, I just talked to the so-and-sos. Who's that?
Who?
You don't know who the so-and-sos are?
She pulled you out of a foxhole in Vietnam, remember? Oh, yeah.
And then she'll say, Dave and Lisa so-and-so. Well, Dave and Lisa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, start over. Then you have to start over. And she's like, I was just talking about him for 15 minutes. Okay. And so what?
And then I have to admit, like, Dave and Lisa, they're having a baby. Like, oh, they're together? Dave and Lisa? Like, I don't know.
I thought he died. They're having a baby. And people have babies.
Yeah, that's the
just
craziest
play dumb,
thing.
and then they won't.
Like, my wife has a Rolodex of people's baby birthdays. Like, I don't know how she knows all this. Like, my friends that I introduced her to, she knows better how old their children are and when they were born and stuff than I will ever know. I feel like I'm doing good that I know the birthdays of all 4 of my children. I can rattle them off pretty well. I'm a little slow, but
I have only 2, and I'm pretty foggy on it all. Yeah,
these numbers.
I have no idea. Okay, I have a poo story. You skipped my poo story.
No idea what your children's
No, I know.
birthdays
We were just killing time until we got to yours. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, poo story.
Well, did I tell you about my hot dermatologist?
I think that has come up before.
The Asian hot dermatologist. About the last time she checked me, did I do the sock one?
Yeah, he seemed like a great guy. Yeah, he seemed really hot.
Yeah.
Really handsome.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my vaudeville joke.
Yeah, you're doing it to me what we do to our wives. I get it.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
My hot Asian, once a year, they have to check your whole body for skin cancer.
Should I do sexy saxophone music here? What are you expecting from us here?
I can add it later in post.
The whole body check. Like, they go through all the hair in your scalp. They look in your scalp, armpit.
Oh, yeah.
And I've known from previous years, they open your crack.
Yeah.
All right.
How is this a poop story, though?
Please continue.
So they left the room to have me.
Wait, Doug.
They left the room to have me disrobe.
But watch yourself, counselor.
They had me counselor. They had me disrobe and get on the little nighty gown thing. But I was unsure down south how clean we were. And I thought this could be really embarrassing. So I looked around the room. There's no toilet paper.
Let me ask you a question right now.
Sir,
Random roll.
Should we continue the story?
Your Honor?
Do you think this is wise?
Your Honor?
Do you think this is wise to continue this story?
Always.
Should I bang my gavel and say that is enough, counselor?
You
I
can
want no
stop
more from
any
you.
moment. You can stop
No,
any
all right. You're digging your own grave. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Digging is one way I would.
All righty.
One word. So I looked around the room for like a piece of toilet paper or a Kleenex that I might do, check the oil. And nothing.
You don't just do a scratch and sniff?
This is the only hospital room in the world where there wasn't a single piece of paper with inside. I opened cupboards, nothing. And so I thought, I'm going to have to run something down there. So there's my pile of clothes on the floor.
Oh, no.
And I go, I guess I'm going to use the sock.
Oh, please, no.
And
I like that in your mind, this is all
and I
perfectly normal.
checked it. I did a little check down there, a little wipe, and it came back and it looked like a Rorschach test.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, that's got to be my mom wrestling a donut.
Oh.
Was the Rorschach test. So then I'm sitting there with a sock and I'm going,
Oh,
what
stop.
is it smelling the room? What am I going to do? So I turned it inside out.
Put it down the garbage disposal.
I turned inside out and I put it in my shoe, in the bottom of my shoe, just in case. But at least I knew I was clean down there now. Clean as it's
You think
going to
you
be.
got it?
Right.
You detailed it?
Well, that one time, by the way, she did the full body check and did not visit the Grand Canyon, so to speak.
But said, I will need to take a look at your
Like,
socks.
I will need to do a shoe inspection right now. No. So then they excuse me and say, okay, you can go. So I was like, so, they're going to leave while you get dressed. So I'm like, whew. But then I go, wait, what am I supposed to do with that sock? I could put it, if I turned it inside out, so that the M&M chocolate's on the outside instead of shell. So I just put my foot in there. I thought I didn't want to put it in my shoe. I didn't want to expose to my shoe. So I just put my foot in the sock on the inside. And,
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard. And I've read books about the Holocaust and the siege of Leningrad, Stalingrad. I mean, that is the worst thing I've ever heard.
yeah, I agree. But it was awesome.
Huh.
Also, on top of all that.
Wait.
It gets
Is there
worse.
a cherry on top of this
On
sundae?
top of that, COVID is a fake light flu.
Oh, God.
I can't believe they're trying to murder me with cancer because of this fake socialist Darwinian garbage.
Oh, man.
Darwinism.
Can I tell a quick,
Please.
this is probably a bad idea. I'm going to do it anyway. Someone else's story, because it made me laugh so hard that when years and years ago, there was someone I worked with who was just a delightful young woman who she hadn't yet married. She was affianced and she had a delightful fiance, but she and her friends like to go out and just tear it up at bars and drink some shots and whatever. And she said once one of her friends got a little carried away. They couldn't find her. They went into the bathroom and she was in the stall and had dookied herself. And they had no idea what to do because she was laying on the floor. And so she went into a janitor's closet and got the janitor's mop and started mopping up between her friend's butt cheeks. And just her story, because she was such a delightful person, was like, I didn't know what to do. So what I really had to do was just get the janitor's mop, and I did the best I could.
Oh,
Gosh. And that, like dipped it back in the water?
The image of that. I don't know. That's what we were trying to ask her questions.
I can smell it.
She said, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's like, you brought up the story.
You have to give me details. I have to know details.
The details are the important stuff.
It's like, no, it's nothing. Wait, you can't just tell that story.
Oh, we felt so bad for her. Like, no, how did it end? How did you get her out of it?
Show the pictures.
Yeah.
Did you take a TikTok movie?
Oh, man. Wow. Well, we made it as dumb as we possibly could, guys.
Pretty dumb.
Success.
There's no question about that.
This is one of the dumbest episodes, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, I kind of missed the dumbness. It was fun. We used to do kind of half dumb. We were more organized in the beginning.
Yeah. There was serious and dumb.
Mike was more around to organize us.
To organize it all. You have to be way more organized to get that dumb.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work. Too much work.
Oh, the fact that this was pure dumbness. All right. Well, Doug, any wrap up?
Well, this has been Audio Mullet, and I'm just happy to be with my guys during this time, this very difficult time of raising $40,000 in one day on Indiegogo. That was just so hard that I'm glad to have my brothers here with me. That's all. By the way, I haven't changed that sock in 2 months.
Still,
oh man,
wearing it to this day.
And to this day, it's my lucky sock. That's why I made so much money. You guys are all laughing, but you're not sitting there with $225,000 on your Indiegogo either. So I'm just saying, try the sock next time.
That is literally one of the worst stories. I will be haunted by it. I'm actually haunted right now. And I'm not even kidding. That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
This woman seeing anything down there.
She's hot Asian dermatologist.
Wow.
Would you? What is it? Why do you have to include?
Do you think she's going to go? Oh, clean butt crack? Oh,
I wasn't trying to pick up on her. It's just I'm intimidated by beautiful women, and so I'm just like, oh, what'll happen? And I was just terrified. It's intimidating. If she was in your eyes, unattractive and old, you would have been like, yeah, go ahead and dig in that thing. I'd say, look in the mirror. Open up and look in the mirror.
Oh, Doug.
What if your wife was doing the examination?
Again, the wife, when you're married this long, you've cleaned up each other's vomit and diarrhea and seen each other bleed everywhere. I saw her pass 4 babies through her loins. It's just, it ain't. There's nothing. There's nothing she could do.
Her loins.
There's nothing she could do that could gross me out.
Keep in mind, Doug does not wash his hands.
That's true.
During this crisis.
That's true.
All right. We're working with a lunatic. This is our dumbest episode ever. Ethan, any final words?
I think that's all I got. I'm excited tonight. We're doing a secret, Anne Frank style sneak into the cigar shop and smoke late at night with the owner. So.
Oh, wow. I envy you so much.
Sneaking in. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun.
Awesome. Unless we get busted, then we're going to be in prison.
No. I think it'll work out.
We did it last week. It was awesome. But
the brotherhood is worth it.
Totally worth it. And
free the cigar for however many you are. We'll start a campaign.
I've heard the sheriff locally has said he will not enforce these laws. Even he says so. That's cool.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, guys, this has been good. This is a good hour that we've done.
Totally.
This is Audio Mullet. These guys are the actual hosts of the Audio Mullet, and I'm just a guest, Michael J. Nelson.
You're not a guest. You're one of us, bro. Look at him trying to get out. Mike's trying to get out of his contract.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out of his contract already. Nice try.
Right.
We own you. We own you, sir. You go all around this town, and we own you.
You like a chupacabra sound effect that comes on when Mike enters.
Oh, I love it. All right. We'll get that clean later, and that'll be my sound effect. All right. This has been Audio Mullet. So long, everyone.
Audio Mullet. A mullet of audio smashing you in the face. Audio Mullet. Short in front, long in back. It's a fact. It's the Audio Mullet.
All right. Great. All right. Other topics? I think we could just freeform it. And I'm confident, but you guys let me know.
Just talk.
I like the idea of our goal is to make it the stupidest episode ever because we just are trying to talk about COVID-19 the whole time.
Oh, no, I'm going to make it. I'm going to talk about COVID. I'm just going to make it the stupidest show ever.
I need to keep stopping Doug.
All right, then we'll stop Doug. Yep, that'll be.
I'm going to. I'll talk about it, but okay. I'm going to. That's part of the stupidity, Ethan.
All right, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, I love when you just go off the rails. That's what it's all about. That's what we.